All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the surface area of pyramids and cones. Okay? So the new things that you have to learn, most of these are written on here already. To find slant height, it's just the Pythagorean theorem. Slant height squared equals height squared plus the radius squared. Okay? Then the surface area of a pyramid is the base plus plus 0.5 or 1/2 p times the slant height. That's what SH stands for.
Perimeter.
Okay, that's, yeah, P is for perimeter. Surface area of a cylinder is already on your paper. Surface area of a pyramid, a cylinder, is pi r squared plus pi r times slant height. Okay. Right, this is already on your paper. Just want to make sure we know this. You know it's going to disappear when I hit this, but it's already on your paper, so you should be okay. Okay. We're going to find the surface area of a pyramid and a cone. I don't know why I gave you right cylinder then. Maybe that's supposed to say cone. Hold on 1 second. Please pause for 1 moment. I think there's a typo on your paper. It shouldn't say cylinder, guys. It should say cone. It should say cone.
It doesn't say anything.
Of a right cone?
Yeah, of a right cone, not a right cylinder.
Our mine just says regular pyramid.
Nope, it says surface area of a right cylinder. On your paper.
Oh, okay.
Definitely inside where it says vocabulary. Okay.
Right.
Alright. It should say cone. Alright, so we're going to find the surface area of this cone first. So, I do not have the slant height of this cone. How am I going to find it?
44 plus 40.
So, do you guys see the right triangle on the inside?
Yeah.
Alright, so all we're going to do is 12 squared plus 7 squared equals the slant height, which we don't know, squared. Okay, so we do 12 squared plus 7 squared, get our answer, 193, equals the slant height squared. So then we take the square root of it. We get the slant height is 13.89, approximately. Because we took the square root. Okay. All we have right now is the slant height. That's all we had to find.
What does it say for the equation? The slant height is 0.5.
It does not say that for the slant height. It says that for the surface area. The slant height, it says, slant height squared equals height squared plus half of the base squared. So we already have half the base, or the radius is 7.
Okay. So if we have a full width, we have this?
Yep, and I'm going to show you how to do that with this one. So that's all you have to do to find the slant height. I'm not sure why we're talking while I'm still teaching. Not sure why you're talking while people are asking questions, because you might have the same one. Yes?
Okay, so say we're going to find the area for the pyramid. It says B, and it's not 0.5 degrees, 7 degrees, 14.
That would be for a pyramid. We just did a cone.
Oh, never mind.
So it'd be different. Okay. So, do we see the pyramid? I'm sorry, yes?
What does it say? It's like 5.
Slant height squared. It's when I draw anything on the board right now, because I'm recording for some reason, it slashes through it. I don't know why. It says slant height squared, SH squared. Okay. All right. We've got a pyramid. We know the height inside the pyramid is 8, correct? Okay. So if we're looking at, this is like we're looking at the pyramid from the bottom. Okay. We know the height of the pyramid is 8. Yes? Please don't talk when I'm talking. Okay. I know the length of the bottom is 10 because it's a square pyramid. But I don't want 10. What do I want? 5. Okay? Because that's why it's like that, Chris, with that 0.5. You want half of.
Okay, but are we done with 8?
Yes.
We didn't find the area.
We didn't have to. It just says find the slant height of the regular perimeter cone. Are you reading directions?
Yeah, it says find,
on
on mine it
yours,
says
On
find the
yours, it's
surface
different
area.
than ours.
Yeah, ours says find the surface area of the regular pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay, mine says find the slant height.
Okay. So that's all we're doing?
So yeah, you can cross it out and just say find the slant height.
Okay.
We'll do the areas in the back. I'm not sure, again, why we're talking while I'm talking. If you have something you need to ask or say, it'd be a good idea to make sure you raise your hand and ask the whole class because we might have the same question. Okay, so that's 5. This is 8. How do I find the slant height?
25 plus 8.
Okay, I'm going to go 8 squared plus 5 squared gives us 89. I did 8 squared plus 5 squared equals slant height squared. That's working better. So that's giving me 89 equals slant height squared. I just did it all at once in my calculator. And then what do I do to find the slant height?
Take the square root.
Take the square root. That is a really good question. Where did the 5 come from? Can somebody help Courtney out?
Half the 10 to the bottom. You take half the base.
Since the base is 10, I only needed half of it because I'm looking at a triangle inside of it, and I want a right triangle so I can do the Pythagorean theorem. 9.43. Okay. It looks like on the back I don't have a cone, so let's go back to A, and we'll find the area of this cone. Okay, we know what the slant height is, it's 13.89. We know the radius is 7, and the height is 12. So let's look at the formula for cones. We know the surface area is pi r squared plus pi r slant height. Okay, so let's fill this all in. We get pi, the radius is 7, squared plus pi, the radius is 7, and the slant height is 13.89. So, do you see what I'm doing? I'm just plugging in the right things to the formula. The thing that's harder about this than yesterday is I have to find that slant height first. So now you can plug it in your calculator all at once. Pi 7 squared plus pi times 7 times 13.89. And we get 459.4. And this was, what was it? Centimeters squared. Anybody confused? Okay, so your first step is using the Pythagorean theorem. You found the slant height. Second step, plug it in the formula. Third step, solve. I know it seems like a lot, but if you can plug it into the formula, you can find the slant height, you're good.
Got 360.
Let me try again. You did pi
Yes.
7 squared
By like,
plus pi times 7 times 13.89. We just found the surface area of the
Wait.
pyramid.
So we don't square it.
The second 7. Just the first. Is that the issue?
Yeah, for some reason I don't know.
All right. Let's look at the back and find areas of these pyramids. One's much easier than the other. Okay. We've got a pyramid. We know it's a square bottom pyramid. So what is the area of the base?
144.
What is it? 144. That's 12 squares. So we get that the base, big base, is 144. Okay, what else do we need to know? The perimeter. What would the perimeter be? 12 plus 12 is 24 plus 12, 36 plus 12 is 48. Okay, do we already know what the slant height is? Yeah, it's 16. Okay, so this one's easier. So all we have to do is,
Oh, because it
Draw
doesn't
an
have that
arrow.
line. It doesn't have that line that goes.
yep, so we know it's slanted.
Okay,
So we take
Where's 48 come
the perimeter. I added it up. 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12.
from? Oh,
Perimeter. 12 plus 0.5 times p, which is 48, times 16. Okay, so we stick this in our calculator. 144 plus 0.5 times 48 times 16, and we're done. We get 528 centimeters squared. Okay, before I move on to the next one, how does that one work? You're okay with it? Yes, ma'am.
So when it doesn't give you the height, you have to just find the base of the pyramid.
Right, because it gave you the slant height. If you don't have the slant height, you have to find it. Do we understand the difference between slant height and height? So here's my perimeter. I'm making my hands into a pyramid. The height from me to the ground is my head to the ground, right? The slant height is my arm coming down. All right, see how it's pointing to the slant one? That's how we know it's the slant height. Yes?
I thought for the base, I thought it was half of the base.
That is what, for slant height, they talk about. So you're looking at the slant height of a pyramid. Slant height equals the height squared plus half the base. And but that's not true of putting, because if you look at the surface area, it doesn't say that it's half the big B, which is the base. Do you see the difference between them? All right. So we know B is going to be a little bit harder because what don't we have? We don't have slant height. Okay, so let's find slant height first. We've got this interior triangle where the height is 15. We don't know what the slant height is. What is the base of it? Is it 18?
No.
What is it?
It's
9. That's what we're talking about with half the base. Okay, so how am I going to find slant height? 9 squared plus 15 squared equals slant height squared. So 9 squared plus 15 squared, then square root that. And we should get slant height is 17.5. Let's round up. Okay. So now what's the area of, this is the area of slant height. We've got one part. What's the area of the base? What's 18 times 18? 324. Good. Okay. What is the perimeter? 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 18, or 18 times 4? 72. Okay, do I have everything I need? I've got it. Okay. So I take the area of the base plus 0.5 times the perimeter times slant height. So I get 324 plus 0.5 times 72 times 17.5. And I get my surface area is 954 feet squared. So I'm a little worried because you guys asked me way less questions than you asked me yesterday. Are we okay?
Yep.
We understand how to find slant height? And we know the two other formulas? Okay. You ready to do your homework? You're going to be fine? Yes, Eric?
Did you get 175 for slant height?
I got 17.5. There's a point there.
I guess 1.4.
Let's try that again. Slant height is
It's
9 squared plus 15 squared, then the square root of 306. I still get 17.5.
Square root of
306, 306. This is 15. Okay. You try it too, because maybe I'm doing something wrong. 9 squared plus 15 squared, and then square root 306. And I get 17.5. We're good? Okay, okay. It's always nice when I'm not the one that does the clerical error, because it happens way too often. All right. We're good? Okay. So you should be getting out your homework.